You are listening to Resilient Life, the podcast where we explore the power of resiliency. I'm Nikita Ross. It is my hope that listening to this podcast will give you the tools to connect with and increase your resiliency. So join me on this adventure of self-discovery and self-love. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Resilient Life, the podcast where we explore the power of resiliency. Today, we have a wonderful guest joining us. Will you please introduce yourself, telling us your name and what you love to do in life?
Hi guys, I'm Cody Denter. And what I like to do in life is just chill and spread positive vibes and energy and make other people smile. When I see them smile, it makes me happy. So that's that.
I love that. That is such a kind response. I love that. Bringing joy to the world. Not everyone embarks on
Exactly.
that. So that's really cool.
It's
All right.
very, it makes the world spin, keeps going when you bring everybody
Yeah.
else up and even like give a positive compliment to somebody. Just walking out, going outside and say, "Oh, your smile is beautiful." Just for no reason. It just makes you feel good inside and makes that person feel good because you never know what another person is going through. So when you give another person a random compliment that they're not expecting, it actually brings their whole spirit all the way up and it lifts them and it makes their entire day. And that's what I like to do.
I agree. I think that you and I are similar in that way, Cody. My family teases me all the time because when we're out doing a family activity like dinner or whatever the activity is, I just give compliments. I'm just like, "Oh, you're gorgeous. Oh, I love this." And it doesn't hurt us to make another human being feel good. And they're genuine compliments that I give out. It doesn't hurt us to give a human being a compliment. And you never know exactly what you said, Cody, what another person is going through. So
You
I
never
love
know.
that.
Mm.
You
And
never
it's
know.
something I love doing because it makes me happy.
Yeah. Yeah. If you do it for the right reasons, it does make you happy. The other thing, Cody, with it is it comes back to me. There have been days where I have myself not felt great and someone is just randomly complimenting. And so I'm like, "Oh, I'll take that compliment." So I feel like it comes back. Has that happened to you
It does
before?
come back to you. It has happened to me. But it's just like I don't expect anything when I give
Yes.
a compliment.
Yes.
And that's not why
Yes.
I'm giving a compliment. You know, I don't want you to
Mm-hmm.
comment on my jacket or my shoes because I comment on yours. But I don't expect it, and when I'm not expecting it, it just comes out of nowhere. Like somebody will say, like, let's say I give you a compliment and you didn't give me one back. I'm okay with that. But the next person might say, "Oh my God, I really love your sweatshirt today. Where did you get it? It looks really nice." And I'm going to say, "Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It made me feel good about myself. And this is where I got it from."
Cody, how do you define resilience?
Mm. I think so for me, I, in order for me not to give up in life, because there's been multiple times that I wanted to give up in life, I think about all the positive things I've done. I don't think about the negative because when you think about the negative, it's going to bring you down. So I think about the positive and all the people that are in my corner that are my support team, my family. What would happen if I really would have went out, you know, with the thought process that's in my mind? What would happen? Not, yeah, I wouldn't be here, but I'm being selfish because my loved ones, the ones that care about me, my friends, my family, my dog, you know, I don't have kids, but that is my son. So, you know, your kids, you know, you're leaving them behind. And to me, it's selfish. So
Mm-hmm.
I think about the positive, the good things in life. What do I have going on for myself to keep me going, to stay strong? What is my willpower? You know, I think about all the things that I have going in order and things that are lined up for me, the things that I want to get done that needs to be done. I think about my future And that's how I see, and that's what when I hear that's what I think about.
I think that's a great definition of resilience because you talked about being optimistic, not letting our negative thoughts take over, and having hope for the future. Those are really instrumental elements in being resilient. And I love that you also made it personal and talked about how you are resilient. So I think that's really awesome. Thank you for that. What made you smile today?
Everything, actually. I'm just a very smiling person, but the one thing that does make me smile when I wake up that I look forward to is actually my dog. I adore him. I love him with my heart. He's my spirit. At the end of the day, he makes me smile. And here he is. Come here. Say hi. Say hi. Here he's
Tell
Cruiser,
us about
guys.
your baby. What's his
So
name? How long have you had him?
he's a blue tick coonhound, and he's 2 years old. He just turned 2 May 5th. And just I smile when I'm just having a really bad day, when I'm having a down, messed up day and I'm feeling really depressed. I just put a smile on my face and I watch something that actually makes me smile. Or in my thoughts, in my head, I think of the good memories. And when I think of those good memories, it makes me smile. It makes me laugh. It makes me giggle. And it's okay to giggle at your own thoughts. It really is. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be happy. Hi, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Hi.
I think what
Come over.
touched me the most about what you're saying is you hit on this thing of how happiness is an inside job. And you're saying, even when I'm feeling down or depressed, I smile. You're taking control of your emotions. And so I love that. I think that's probably wise beyond your years. So good job at that, knowing that at such
Thank
a
you.
young age. How do you celebrate yourself, Cody?
I celebrate myself day by day.
Okay.
I used to celebrate myself ahead of time. If that doesn't make sense, let me put it more forward to details. When I say ahead of time, I mean like I used to move ahead. Like as of tomorrow, let's say tomorrow's not here yet. Tomorrow's never promised, but I will celebrate as as tomorrow was here. It's almost like I'm celebrating every day because you never know. I see it as you never know when's gonna be your last. Tomorrow's not promised, you know, and and today could be your last. You never know. So I try my best to make the best that I can out of my days by celebrating every small thing I do. And I have a hard time of showing my emotions, like people have a hard time reading me sometimes, like if I'm okay, if I'm down, if I'm feeling good, because I have these mixed, facial expressions, mixed emotions. Sometimes, some days I'm really quiet, and I'm feeling and I'm having the best day. I can have the best day, be happy in the world, but I can be really quiet, and it makes people think that I'm depressed and I'm sad. And I'm really not. I'm actually just chilling, vibing, and I'm actually, to be honest, I'm enjoying my day. And I'm just listening, just observing, listening to the nature, listening to the trees blow, the rainfall drops, the thunderstorms. I'm enjoying it. And because you never know, as I see it, when you're gonna when you're gonna go. You never know when's your last. So I celebrate every day.
The things that you're saying, I didn't learn until my mid to late 30s. So I am so in awe of this wisdom that you have at such a young age. I am just floored.
I
I hope
learned
you
from the
keep it.
best my mom taught me. She told me to always always smile, always think positive, always live and dance as it's like no one's watching. And then when she said that, I started hearing that everywhere. So you people say you want to be a certain way in public, and like, what if you're goofy, in public, and then you gotta put on that mask to be like, okay, I have to be polite, I gotta be appropriate, I can't be my goofy self. To me, you're not living your true form, you're not living your true self. And when I go in public, I'm living myself. I'm living who I am. I'm not gonna let no one tell me don't act like this in public. Yes, I don't act disrespectful in public, but I'm goofy. I can't hide my ADHD, my goofiness. If I want to like, skip in Walmart, I'm gonna skip in Walmart. If I'm gonna like, if I want to like break out laughing out loud, literally, I'm gonna break out laughing out loud. If I'm gonna talk out loud because of my thoughts, I'm gonna talk out loud because of my thoughts. If I'm gonna twerk in Walmart, I'm just gonna twerk in Walmart. I mean, I have no problem with embarrassing myself. And yes, I use the word embarrassing because that's what you're doing. But at the same time, I'm living my best life, embarrassing myself and laughing at those moments in the moment as I'm doing it. As long as you're having a good time, that's all that matters. Whether it's been public or not in public, I live my life no matter where it is.
That's very inspiring because we are, as a society, taught to behave, as you said, a certain way when you're in public and to not twerk in Walmart. And so I love that. That's very inspiring to hear you have that freedom. Please always be your authentic self. Don't let society pressure you to change. I love that. Twerk wherever you
Yes,
want.
yes. Besides work, professional. Keep it professional. Unless they allow it, then twerk away.
Then you could twerk. What is the theme song of your life? And so if you think about Cody and you're looking in the mirror and you're like, this is the song that embodies me, who I am as a person. This song motivates me, makes me feel empowered. What's that song?
So the artist is actually Netflix, and the song
Okay.
is called Stronger by Netflix. And the reason why Netflix is my to go to, his lyrics are like they speak to you in ways I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to explain. So for instance, he goes back and forth. He talks negative in his
Okay.
songs. Like let's say I'm talking negative to you, okay? And then you're talking positive to me. That's how he's doing in his song, but it's him saying the negative, but he's saying if people bring you down, I'm here to lift you up. Here's what you need to be telling yourself instead of listening to these negative, people are saying you're never going to make it in life. But and then he comes back and say, well, here I am, I'm making it in life. Like he's telling you to keep your head up no matter what the negative comments or what people will say to you. They will always bring you down or try to bring you down. It is you who has to bring you up. Only you have the power of you to control you, and what other people say to you, you shouldn't let that affect you. You're stronger than that. Your mind, you know that's how he's saying it, and that's how I see it, and I believe in it. And just his just his words alone and his all of his songs are just so powerful, and they're all upbringing, and they're all like that. There's motivation in his behind his lyrics.
Again, I feel like I'm going to say this throughout this whole conversation. You just keep hitting on topics that it took me, and it's not a competition, and everyone is on their own path. I am just so thoroughly impressed with the knowledge and wisdom that you have so far. And if you're starting here at this age, I am just so excited about the growth and the potential that you have as you continue to flourish. So kudos for that.
Thank you.
What have you learned about yourself recently?
That it's possible that I was born a hermaphrodite.
Oh, okay. Do you want to leave that
Um,
there?
I can go deeper actually. Um,
Okay.
So I went and did some research through my medical records. And I've noticed that there's things in there that didn't add up and make sense. So I had questions because it stated I was on a Depo shot. Depo shot, as everyone knows, is a birth
It's a
control.
birth control.
And it states that I was on a Depo shot. So I had questions and I wanted to dig deeper. Then I realized and started remembering my mom and my auntie Wendy was always saying to me, it's that time in a month. It's that time in a month again. And I didn't know what they were saying. I don't know if they were saying because, like I'm gay or not, and it wasn't that. It was every month. And then I have these weird cravings. Every month is
Mm.
chocolate. And I hate chocolate. And I shouldn't use the word hate, but I do not like chocolate for some odd reason. Because if I have too much chocolate, it's just nasty. So I don't like chocolate. And I would never eat chocolate. But every month, I get cravings. Now, remind you, I don't have the lady part, but I still get cravings. I have the same mood swings. I get cranky. It's like I'm on my period. It's that time of the month,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say, "Oh, that's like that for everybody." No, you don't get cravings every.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get cravings every month. You don't. You're not in a mood every month. Everything is not bothering you. You're not emotional every month. And all these things are just cracking down. And as every day adds up, I just continue. I'm like, okay. So when I found that out, I'm like, it has to be true. But I also have a doctor's appointment set up. Um, tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm sent tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yes, tomorrow's Wednesday to go get blood drawn because I want to know where my hormone balance is, like my estrogen or my testosterone. Because as I noticed, for instance, when I shave my face, okay, I don't look like a guy. I look like a female. Okay. Even when I look deeply into the mirror at my face and I just cover up my hairlining, I push my hair back and I cover this up and I like avoid looking at the facial hair, I don't see a guy. I see someone who was born with both. I see the female in me. You know, the way I talk, the way I act, the way I talk with my hands, the way I move, and everybody has pointed it out, that it's possible. But I'm just putting all the pieces together and find out I was on a depot shot. This kind of sums everything up of
Mm-hmm.
everything. And then my mom giving out hints, oh, it's that time of the month again. Okay, well, I mean, is it true? But I guess the only way I could really find out if the level of my testosterone and my estrogen, the estrogen is higher
Mm-hmm.
than the testosterone, then that will be the final answer of my question because my testosterone should be higher than my estrogen and not my estrogen.
That
But
makes
once
sense.
again, I don't know.
I think it takes so much courage, strength, determination, um, self love to say, hey, I'm curious and I want to know more about myself. I want to understand the things that may not be clear to me at this time. And so, kudos to you for being your own self advocate and taking your life in your hands and saying, I want to know. And I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to talk to a doctor, a medical professional to figure out what is going on. So, good job in doing that. Thank you for sharing that.
You're very welcome.
Is there any support that I can provide?
Just of how I can find out more, like, deeper into it, like, I don't know how to tell, is there supposed to be a scar? Like, how can I find out answers, like, doctors wise?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe I shouldn't worry about it because, like, to be honest, if I was born hermaphrodite, then why do I care? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just my curiosity thoughts just rolling in, like, okay, I need to dig deep. What's going on? Why am
Mm-hmm.
I having these symptoms? But then at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I have my other side of me, like, who cares? Just you're living, you're alive, you're walking, you're
Mm-hmm.
breathing, like. But then you have my curious side, like I want to know more
Mm-hmm.
information. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, I really shouldn't worry about it because I'm here now, and that's to me,
Mm-hmm.
that's all that matters. But then the curious side, it would be kind of cool to me if I was.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
see that as like, it puts a smile on my face, like, oh, hey, This is what I was. But would I claim to be a hermaphrodite? No, I will claim to be me. I wouldn't
Yeah.
change. You know, I'm still Cody. I'm still a guy. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say, oh, yeah, let's change my sex to a hermaphrodite. No, I'm still a guy at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day. This is what I have, and this is what I'm going to live with, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how I see it.
Yeah. I think so. First and foremost, I have zero experience in this field, in this area. I'm a firm advocate of people with lived experience should lead the way. And so I cautiously give you my thoughts with the caveat that I don't have any lived experience in this area. I think both things can be true. I think I love that you're very self accepting and saying, who cares? And you can still want to know. Does that make sense? And you can get
It
the
does make
information
sense.
knowing that it won't change you. You're still Cody
Exactly.
if you choose to. It is your choice. There is no wrong or right answer. It's you get to do it's your body, right? And so if you want to
Exactly.
know, find out and know that it won't change who you are and still say, okay, I have this information now. I'm still Cody. So I think both things are true.
Exactly.
Both sides, how you said you have those both sides, I think they both can coexist.
And it's true, and I like that, you know, that you said that, because it brings me to realize, like, it brings me eh, hope and joy to, like, and man, it makes me think, like, I just want to be me, you know. I just want to live my life, and, like, what, no judgment, and knowing that, you know, like, knowing you from meeting in person, stuff like that, you're not a judgy person and stuff like that, and that's not what I'm saying. But knowing that I'm very comfortable with opening up about everything and not caring in a world of who cares of what they see or what they hear, and that's how I live my life. It's just a positive mindset that I have. And to be honest,
Yeah.
it took me a long time to get there. Believe it or not, it took me a while to get there, to have this kind of mindset. Um, and just to be, you know, like, I don't care what people think, you know, because at the end of the day, they're not paying my rent, they're not paying my bills, they're not financially satisfying me in any way, any needs at all. I am. So how I see it is, if people have anything negative to say towards me or about me, I'm going to say, my comment, my comeback is always, okay, cool. Now, why does that affect you? You know, like, I've been called FAG so many times. You know, FAGG,
The
you know
F
that,
word.
yeah. Yes, I've been called that so many times. So many times. And I used to get so mad about it. My mama taught me, she was like, don't let them get underneath your skin. They see that they're getting underneath your skin, they're gonna keep doing it because they see that it
Mm-hmm.
bugs you. You have to have thick skin. Thick.
Yeah.
No matter if even if you have thin skin, learn how to control your emotions and learn how to control your mouth. Don't show them
Yes.
that they're winning. So I learned from her. And now I just let people say what they want. But I always come back with, why does that bother you? Why does my sexuality bother you? Why? You don't know me. I don't know you. So why do you feel the need to go out of your way to yell the F word? Because it's not
Yeah.
hurting me. If anything, it's hurting you. It makes you look bad. You think that's cute. You think that's funny. But your friend, if you look at your friend's face, they don't see that's funny. They see that as disrespect. And that is how I see and how I hold myself. That's how I carry myself. I carry in a world of not to care. You know, as in, like, not to care about the negativity, you know,
Mm-hmm.
not to give in to that, to live as I always am, you know. I guess you can just say it's a I guess my one of my best friends says it's an attitude of just F it, you know. You know, like, whatever. It is what it is. I'm still living, I'm still breathing. Cool. You know. And
Yeah.
I live in a positive way. I don't like the
Yeah.
drama. I don't care for it. You know, but if you do, that's
Yeah.
cool. I won't knock you for it. I won't judge you. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna live my best life, positive, lifting people up while you're bringing people down.
It sounds like your mom was, is just very kind, very intelligent, very insightful, and wise.
She really was. She still is. Uh, she looking down, and she was one of the best actually. She helped me become me and not and like stop hiding myself because I was used to hide my sexuality. She's a, but I was coming out, letting the world know by doing small things, but still in denial. But she told me, no matter what you are, no matter who you will always be my son. And that was her exact words and how she exactly said it. So that, warmed my heart for me to just, not tell her that I'm gay, but to bring guys, that I was seeing around. And she was very welcoming, very loving, and nothing bad was said out of her mouth at all. It was just so peaceful. And I get her attitude. I have her attitude, her everything, and it's just like I have her mindset. She passed it on to me, and now here I am.
I love that. That's beautiful. That's such a beautiful
Thank you.
experience to have. Such a wholesome, wonderful, pure experience to have. And I'm glad you got that in your mom.
Thank you.
You've had a big move recently. Shall
I
we talk
did.
about that?
Yes, we should talk about that. So, I had a big move from Arizona to back to Wisconsin. Um, and what the big move was is because I actually wasn't ready financially, wasn't ready to live out in Arizona on my own. And I needed to I say take 5 steps back. And
Mm.
that's what I did. I took 5 steps back to where I originally left to recuperate, get everything back in order. And then the plan was for me to go back to Arizona when I'm 100% ready and financially ready. Because I went to Arizona with the intentions, okay, I have this much money. Okay, this is going to give me this house. This is going to price my food. I don't need no more than this because I'm going to be working. That's not the case. I didn't even look on to like renting houses. I didn't look. I flew, I stayed with a friend, and I got my own place. Then I lost my place. And to me, that's one of the hardest things and struggles that people would admit to having is I had to do this. I had to take steps back. And I noticed that with a lot of people struggle to admit to say, hey, I had to take a step back. And I just want to say that it is okay to take steps back. As many steps you need to take back. It's not a bad thing to take those steps back. It's actually important. It's necessary because when you mess up, not even messed up in life, when things are not, I can't say that. So for me, how my situation was, I couldn't afford my place. I looked at my account, I looked at the money coming in and me working, it wasn't going to happen. It's like, okay, this is where I need to take steps back. I need to go back to Wisconsin. Now I need to redo it. I need to recuperate, regroup, and get everything back in section, and then let's move forward. So that's what I did. And it's okay to move backwards because to me, it's necessary. It's important. It's to take those steps back. It's almost like rehearsing your steps. If you think about it, you always rehearse your steps in cheerleading or in anything. You have to practice. You have to rehearse your steps. Well, I took those steps back and I'm repeating those steps that I had before to get to where I was. Now I'm
Yeah.
redoing it because I have to start, and it's okay to start over in life. And that's basically, in other words, I'm starting over in life by moving back
Yeah.
down to Wisconsin. An
Yeah.
easy way to say it is I'm starting over.
Yeah. I recently recorded a podcast episode and I ended it with a setback is a good setup for a comeback. And so you just essentially said that. And we all have times in our lives where we may feel like we're going backwards or we're stalled or we're not progressing as fast or in a way that we would like to. I think that's part of the human experience. And it's healthiest for us when we deal with those things with a positive mindset, which you are doing. So good
It
job.
is. It is very. And thank you. What you're doing is amazing for the world, and I'm sure whoever's watching these or going over your channel, I hope that is helping them in life. I just hope that whoever's going over these, basically watching and going over your channel, I hope that whoever's having a hard time in life, it's I just want them to know that it's gonna get better and just smile and
Yes.
look yourself in the mirror and say, today is my day. I'm not gonna
Yes.
let anybody get to me. I'm not even gonna let me bring me down.
Yes.
I have control over myself. I have control over my thoughts. No one can make me do anything. That's how I just want the world to know, like, be you, don't change for nobody. If you do change, change for yourself. Be positive, smile, and be grateful in life.
I feel like I can't follow that out with any questions. I think that's a great way to end this episode.
Thank you
Yes, I
so
love
much.
it.
And I really do appreciate everything you have done for everyone and everything you are doing in your current life. For me, knowing you and knowing what you do, and you telling me your story of how you grew up and how I grew up. We can talk about that on a next episode.
Yes.
But I just want to say that I am very grateful and I'm very like pleased and ecstatic that I've met you, and I just want you to continue doing what you're doing, continue smiling, continue bringing people up, continue helping the little ones, continue helping like the world. You're going places in life and you're doing really good. You've done a lot for me too, and I want to thank you.
Cody, that was
It's
so
the truth.
kind. I hope this episode gave you some tools to connect with and increase your resiliency. I'm proud of you. Let's keep up the momentum. Follow Resilient Life on your favorite podcast platform and on YouTube at Resilient Life Podcast. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others.